We are live from the ASRC for this holiday season matchup between the Ohio Valley University Fighting Scots and your West Liberty Hilltoppers. This broadcast is brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank, Undos. A special thank you to Dr. and Mrs. Clyde Campbell, Generations, and Main Street Bank. Again, thank you for joining us on Topper Station. I am Todd Allum, alongside me, Sean Ryan. Sean, the Toppers coming off a win this past Thursday night against West Virginia State, their final conference game, MEC game before the holiday break. Now they take on old West Virginia conference rival in Ohio Valley University. They come in at 3-8, but like we've seen so far this year, it's been kind of crazy, not just in the Mountain East Conference, but around the country in Division II men's basketball as well. A lot of top teams falling. You cannot take anybody lightly.
And the thing I'm looking for tonight, Todd, one word is consistency. The last time we were in this building on Saturday night, West Liberty got back to playing West Liberty basketball. It was lacking, I think, a little bit in the losses against Charleston and West Virginia Wesleyan. And I think people misconstrue what West Liberty basketball means. It's not running and gunning. It's not even the pressure. It's the moving without the basketball and the sharing the basketball. This system is built for movement. It's a movement-based system. And when West Liberty gets in trouble, it's when people try to do too much individually. That's just not their game.
Well, the Toppers going to try to continue to stay on track after the win against West Virginia State. We'll take a look at the Mountain East Conference standings as they sit tonight. Glenville State leading the way at 8-2, 5-1 in conference play. Then Charleston at 8-2, 4-1. Fairmont State 8-2, the last 8-2 team in the conference. Then West Liberty 7-3, along with West Virginia State. But West Virginia State upended, or at least below West Virginia Wesleyan because of their conference record at 4-2. Their 4 wins this whole season have all come against Mountain East Conference foes. And then you see spattering down there, Wheeling at 6-4, the only team left that is above 500 in overall standings. We take a look at the matchup for tonight's ball game. Again, Ohio Valley coming in 3-8 on the season, 0-3 in their conference play so far. The Toppers 7-3, 4-2 in the conference, averaging over 103 points per game, giving up just about 81, just under 81 points, 41.2 rebounds, and 18 assists per game as well. Leading that category, the only thing they don't lead Ohio Valley in is scoring. Well, they lead Ohio Valley in scoring defense as well. Ohio Valley's going to have a rough one tonight. They averaged just 70 points, and against the Toppers averaging triple digits. It ought to be interesting to see what happens in that situation.
I can't remember exactly what game it was, but I think it was the Wesleyan game where, I said if games were won on paper. So I'm not going to say that again. But this has been a series that has not only been dominated in the win-loss column by West Liberty, the games are not close, generally speaking. The last time these two teams played was 2015, and the final score was 126-68. So we could be in for a good night, but it all depends on what West Liberty team is going to show up here.
Some players to watch for Ohio Valley, the Fighting Scots. Dylan Harrison. Harrison averaging 17 points per game, 5 rebounds as well. Harrison, a player at Lindsley, comes from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Played at Lindsley here in Wheeling, or just down the hill in Wheeling. He's shooting very well from the field, 47%, almost 40% from behind the arc, 76 from the line. And Keon Claiborne, number 5, averaging almost 16 points per game. He's got 12 steals on the season, almost 5 rebounds, 81% from the line. Difficult from behind the arc, just 15% this year, but 43% from the floor. Otherwise, a good one there, a good duo for Ohio Valley University. For the Toppers, players to watch, as always, Dalton Bolin, 19 points per game, 7 rebounds as well, 78% from the free throw line, 48 from behind the arc, and 53 from the field. Pat Robinson III, you kind of want to say at this point in the season so far, he is the number 1 guy on that second group, but it kind of goes around a little bit. It's tough to say number 1 this, number 1 that, or anything, but Pat, one of the top players on this team, averaging so close, just under 18 points per ball game, almost 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 74% from the line, 50% from behind the arc, and 55 from the field. We've seen it so many times this year already with Pat Robinson. He can hit the 3, he can drive and finish, he can do so many great things for this Topper team.
He's electric, Todd, and the thing I love about his game, is nothing feels forced. Everything looks so smooth, and he's already found his comfort zone in this West Liberty system, I believe.
You see Pat right there, number 23, about to take a shot. Maybe not. Fake me out on that one. Pretty good. Well, we had Isaac Basinger, sideline reporter, speak with Coach Howlett before the game, and Isaac got some good info for us. And Isaac, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Todd. I was able to catch up with Coach Howlett before today's game. The former Ohio Valley University assistant said it's interesting going against his former team today, and he's very grateful for the opportunity they gave him. Now for his players. Now, with classes being out of session, he said he gets to spend a lot more time with his players. He said this is his favorite part of the year. He also thinks it's going to help his team gel just a little bit more. Back over to you, Todd.
Thank you, Isaac. Some great info. And again, you think about the holiday season, all of the students are gone except for the athletes that still have their season going on during the break. Men's basketball is one of those teams, and the cafeteria is closed, so you've got to make sure the kids can get their food every single day, 3 meals, all kinds of things. So it's more than just, hey, show up at this time for the basketball game, show up for practice, films, lifting. It's a lot of things. It's almost as if they're on the road during the holiday break, but they're at home.
It is, and people think that athletes have this glorious life. Well, you know what? They've had to be here and be focused and keep on task, while the rest of their friends are at home, wherever that may be, enjoying some time off, just chilling on the couch, getting up at noon. It's a little bit different.
Absolutely so. And again, the Toppers will have a good one tonight here at the ASRC. Again, being the holiday season, I was expecting a little bit less people, but it is starting to fill in a little bit here. So hopefully by game time, it'll get even more full. But again, we'll have the game coming up here shortly. We will take a quick commercial break and come back. It'll be time for the starters and tip-off here on Topper Station.
Main Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Undo's Catering, family-owned since 1953. With newly remodeled catering facilities throughout the Ohio Valley, Undo's can accommodate banquets from 25 to 700 guests. Undo's caters weddings, picnics, corporate events, holiday events, and job site drop-offs for the construction and oil and gas industry. Call 304-233-5566 today.
A lifetime of savings starts here. Belmont Savings Bank, focused on your future.
Banks did great today. He looks great after his spa day. For being such a good boy, we'll take these two. Great. Thanks to my free Kasasa Cashback checking account from Belmont Savings Bank, my Kasasa Cash is paying for my dog's treats.
Kasasa pays you cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking and enjoy monthly cash rewards with Kasasa.
I'll take 2 scoops on a cone. Actually, make that 3 scoops on a cone. Thanks to my free Kasasa checking account at Belmont Savings Bank, Kasasa gives me my hard-earned money back in the form of cash rewards. Go ahead and treat yourself to an extra scoop with Kasasa's free rewards checking. Plus, refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide.
Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking with Kasasa.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day, and they're open most holidays. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low, and they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have no fees or low fees. Great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back. It is about time for the starters and tip-off coming up shortly. We will begin with the 3-8 Ohio Valley Fighting Scots. Guard number 5, Keon Claiborne, a 6'1 junior from Parkersburg, West Virginia. Actually, I apologize. He is from Westminster, Maryland. Number 13, Vukasin Geric, a 6'7 redshirt freshman from Belgrade, Serbia. Not from Alexandria, Virginia, from Serbia. And number 20, Dylan Harrison, a 6'5 junior from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, by way of Lindsley, here just down the hill in Wheeling. Number 24, Parker Black, a 6'4 junior from Byesville, Ohio. And number 44, a 6'8 senior from Lagos, Nigeria, David Adiemo. Their head coach, former West Liberty assistant Mike Snell, 68 and 242 in his 12 years with the Fighting Scots. And he spent some time at West Liberty from 1998 to 2002 as the assistant men's basketball coach, as well as the head golf coach for the West Liberty Hilltoppers. Coach Mike Snell is down getting a drink. He's not in frame there. Down getting a drink at the water cooler. And for your West Liberty Hilltoppers, Will Yoakum, number 3, from a 6'5 sophomore from Delaware, Ohio. Number 4, Preston Boswell, a 6'2 junior from New Martinsville, West Virginia. Number 5, Dalton Bolin, a 6'4 junior from Janaden-Hutton, Ohio. Number 11, John Alessandro, the 6'7 redshirt freshman from Beaver Creek, Ohio, in for the injured Marlon Moore. And last but not least, number 12, Luke Dyer, the 5'11 junior from Clarksburg, West Virginia, and their head coach, Ben Howlett, in his 3rd season. He is in the middle of Coach Huffman on the right and Coach Lamberti on the left, 61 and 12, and about 2.5 seasons. Not too shabby. He's got 61 wins in just a couple years here at West Liberty, and Coach Snell had 68 wins in his 12 years at OVU. Time for tip-off. It'll be Alessandro and Adiemo. And as on the way back down, Alessandro wins the tip. It'll be the Toppers getting things started here in the first half. Shot is good right away, the three-pointer for Bolin.
And right away you see the movement.
Toppers pressing. Bolin almost gets a finger on that. Throws it up. Geric back over, and Parker Black will get things started, number 24.
Parker Black, another OVAC product out of Meadowbrook.
Harrison gets it over back to Black. Shot no good, but Harrison comes up with the rebound. Claiborne inside to Adeyemo. Lays it in. Bolin thought about the three again. Pump fakes. Now it's Will Yoakum back over to Preston Boswell. Corner three, Alessandro gets it to knock around and fall. 6'2", Toppers.
That's the incredible thing about West Liberty players. A guy like Alessandro doesn't look like he would be much of a threat from out there, and he just bangs it in like nothing.
Alessandro fighting a bit of a sickness that pretty much everybody gets around the winter time and whatnot, but obviously in the starting lineup, good to go. Looking good early on. Black looking to throw this one in, looking for somebody. Garrett gets this one stolen away by Boswell. Adeyemo comes up with it. Claiborne looking, 15 to shoot for the Fighting Scots. Stops up, looks back, puts it up as Harrison, and good. Make this a 1-point ball game with that three. Boswell spinning, hits the floor. They're going to call the travel on Boswell. Possession goes back to OVU.
I think Preston was looking for the body contact there, and the defender kind of backed away and lost his footing.
Claiborne picks up the dribble, almost trapped. Yoakum with the steal and the finish. Yoakum's first points in this ball game.
West Liberty kind of tries to bait you into thinking the guy's open, and these big long arms come out of nowhere.
Black push off, offensive foul is called. Bolin draws it. It'll be the first on Black, first team foul on Ohio Valley. Dyer spinning in the lane. Nice little floater. The Toppers into double digits. Claiborne racing his way up the floor, stops at the elbow, back to Parker Black. Garrett into the paint. Dyer strips that ball away. Quickly up to Boswell, hangs on to it. Alessandro slows things down. Bolin trying to make a move, gets into the paint. He is going to be fouled. And they give this to Claiborne. It'll be his first, team second. Substitution of 4 coming in. Everyone except for Luke Dyer will grab, except for Will Yoakum will grab a seat. So Robinson will throw this one in. Hazelbaker, Butler, and McKinney out there as well for the Toppers. Bryce Butler, far corner, near corner for the viewers. Back out to McKinney. Pass stolen away by Keelan Claiborne. Claiborne puts it off the glass, no good. Butler the rebound. Here come the Toppers again. Head up, finds McKinney on the wing. Robinson makes a little move at the top of the key. Now it's back to McKinney. Gets the ball poked away and out of bounds by Claiborne. 16 to shoot. Toppers keep possession.
Early on with this second unit, way too much dribbling. Not enough movement.
Robinson will throw this one in again. Finds Butler cutting, bobbles it, gets it back. This pass deflected out of bounds. Possession again stays with the Toppers. 11 to shoot now. Robinson from the corner. Looking, gets to Owen Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker. It's 5 seconds, makes the move, gets the shot and one coming up for Owen Hazelbaker.
We were just talking about him, Todd, off the air. You were telling me about how he was looking in practice this week, and that was a really nice move.
Absolutely so. Adiemo gets his first foul, third team foul on Ohio Valley. Can't get the friendly roll. Toppers lead it 12-5, 16 and a half minutes left in the first half. Harrison pumping, driving. He's going to be fouled on his drive. They will give this to McKinney. It'll be his first, team first. Harrison airballs this one. Possession goes to the Toppers.
And see, that's one of those times where it's really noticeable when teams come in that don't normally play West Liberty, because those are the types of shots that will get you run out of the building.
It only takes a couple of those. If West Liberty's on their game, it only takes a couple of those shots for West Liberty to really build their lead. Inside pass, Hazelbaker to Yoakum, can't get the finish. Toppers pressing after the miss, they don't care. Black looked like he stepped on the line, but maybe not. Now Adiemo underneath, Hazelbaker there, shot is blocked, but the whistle is blown. They're gonna call the foul on Hazelbaker, his first, team second.
Adiemo is really a load inside.
First free throw falls for him. His third point. Shot is up and good again. Yoakum to Pat Robinson. Now he's driving. Shot off the glass, no good. Adiemo gets the rebound. 5-point lead for the Toppers. Shot no good for Harrison. Bounced around. Yoakum to Robinson, quickly up to McKinney. Back to Hazelbaker, bobbles and finishes. He's got 4 points, and the Toppers double up. OVU 14-7.
Big man doing a nice job filling the lane.
Toppers still pressing. 5 to cross half court does. Harrison takes it back. Garrich inside. Harrison gets the finish on the reverse layup. He's up to 5 points. Travel call is made. Possession goes back to Ohio Valley. And with that stoppage in play, it'll be immediate timeout. We will take the break. 14-9, the Toppers lead. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back. Ohio Valley University, enrollment of 460, founded in 1958 and located in Vienna, West Virginia. The team named the Fighting Scots. And for your Hilltoppers, enrollment of 2,526 students, founded in 1837, located in beautiful West Liberty, West Virginia. And the team named the Hilltoppers, in this case the Runnin' Toppers for men's basketball. Taking a look at some of the stats here so far. The Toppers 6 of 8 from the floor, perfect behind the arc. The only shot they've missed is the and one opportunity for Hazelbaker, and they're leading 14-9. 3 assists on the 6 made shots. Garrich gets the bucket on the home run ball.
I've seen an awful lot of those against West Liberty recently.
3-point ball game. Just over 5 minutes have been played. Dyer spinning back around, finds ball in at the elbow, bobbles it. fight for it, jump ball, possession goes to Ohio Valley.
That play just wasn't there that time. Tried to force it in. Rare time to see West Liberty do that.
Black looking, finds Claiborne to beat the press. Now it's over to Harrison. Will slow things down in the half court to Parker Black. Pumps the three, finds Claiborne. Down to 7 seconds left to shoot for Claiborne. Working on Dyer, dishes it back. The shot is up. And it's no good by Arminas Griska. Hazelbaker again finishes at the other end. 6 points for him. The Toppers have the 5-point lead.
Boy, I can see what you were talking about, Todd. Hazelbaker just seems to have a different confidence level tonight.
Garrich, I think they wanted to travel, didn't get. Toppers get possession of the ball anyways. Bolin takes the pass, puts up the three, no good. This one is rebounded by Griska. Black will set things up in the half court once again. Harrison hands it off for Claiborne. He'll drive on Boswell. Shot is good off the glass.
That was a really tough shot.
His first bucket. Dyer for three. No good. Long rebound. Hazelbaker fights it off. Dyer gets the ball back. Cross court to Boswell. He'll drive baseline. And a block is called. I'll call this on Harrison.
That was a bang-bang play. Really, I thought it could have gone either way.
And if we're going Ohio Valley High School sports, that's Magnolia against Lindsley.
They no doubt, they played against each other.
Baseline jumper good for Bolin. Dalton gets his second bucket of the night. Garrich kicks it back to Parker Black. 12:35 remaining in this first half. Garrich stops, steps back at the elbow, kicks it back over to Harrison. A little floater, no good. Hazelbaker gets the rebound and pushes the press, or pushes the pace. Here comes Bolin into the paint. Stops. Travel called and a turnover for the Toppers. Five-point lead with 12:17 remaining in the first half. Black gets it to Garrick. Black again slowing things down in the half court. Claiborne looking, goes back to Harrison in the corner. He brings it back out. A dozen seconds left. Garrich. It's back over to Black, puts up the long shot off the side of the rim. And the Toppers take possession of the ball. Robinson saw an open lane, gets it to Bolin. Good again. Dalton Bolin, 8 points, 21-13, the Toppers lead. Garrich up to Harrison, open for three, no good. Hazelbaker fighting for that rebound and gets it.
I don't want to keep, beating on Harrison, but that's just, you can't take those shots.
Boswell to Dyer. Good pass and good motion from the Toppers on this possession. Hazelbaker for three. Can't get it to fall, a little bit too long. Boswell the offensive board though. A new 20-second shot clock for the Toppers. Robinson, good. Gets his first bucket. Toppers lead by 11. Press is working here for the Toppers. Claiborne back to Parker Black.
Feels like one of those blackouts are coming.
Boswell with the steal. Here comes Bolin. Finds Robinson. Good again. 6 points for Robinson, and the Toppers have taken the 14-point lead, 27-13. And it will be just a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Toppers on fire.
Mike Snell felt that blackout coming too.
We were kind of talking about years before, earlier today, when the Topper strategy would kind of be to take that timeout, their timeout, early to try to get the media timeout out of the way. I think they've changed the rules a little bit now to where you have to wait a certain amount of time, I believe, before you can have that first team timeout be stretched into the media. So the Toppers can't do that strategy quite so much anymore, but that press still doing a number. You saw Boswell get the steal and a few others already early in this ball game.
When this press is working, it's a beautiful thing because they're forcing turnovers and they're sharing the ball, which is leading to very easy shots.
Harrison going to be fouled by Dalton Bolin. Just kind of stopped up, and Dalton couldn't stop quickly enough. Here's Claiborne from the elbow. Good. His second bucket. He's got 4 points. Dyer to Bolin again. Dishes it off to Yoakum. It's good. Will. He's up to 5 points. Toppers have doubled up Ohio Valley again, 30-15. And it's a steal again for the Toppers. Robinson to Yoakum again. A little bit short. Rebounded by Claiborne up to Garich. Alley-oop. Cannot finish. Here's Dyer. Back to Robinson. Dishes it off to the wing. Boswell no good. Yoakum gets the offensive board. Gets his shot blocked by Garich. Almost out of bounds, but he saves it. Lobbed up. Harrison brings it across half court. Toppers trapping. Back to Harrison for 3. No good. Too long. Dyer with the board. Robinson. 3 again. 9 points.
West Liberty is getting one wide open look after another right now.
Still pressing. Garich gets it back over to Black. Quickly up for Claiborne, and they get across half court. Garich looking cross court to Claiborne. Puts up the little floater, no good. Fighting for that rebound. Claiborne gets it back. The putback doesn't go, but a foul is called. And it will go against Dalton Bolin for the block. It'll be his second. The immediate timeout. We will take the break. 33-15. The Toppers lead. 8:51 to go in the first half. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
Undo's Catering, family owned since 1953. With newly remodeled catering facilities throughout the Ohio Valley, Undo's can accommodate banquets from 25 to 700 guests. Undo's caters weddings, picnics, corporate events, holiday events, and job site drop-offs for the construction and oil and gas industry. Call 304-233-5566 today.
Welcome back. There you see a portion of Topper Nation here during the holiday season. And everybody's traveling for the holidays. I'm sure a lot of our TV crew, our students on the crew are traveling and going to see some family. And I had some family come in this afternoon. My sister and my nephew came in. My sister Laura that lives near Beckley in Beaver, West Virginia, along with her son, my nephew Colin, who's come to see a couple West Liberty basketball games, whether it was back when the conference tournament was held in Charleston or coming to the game at Concord, which the past few years has been very, very entertaining. Concord and West Liberty at Concord have been some very good games there the past few years, but Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all the folks that are traveling and any family that's traveling as well. 2 shots for Keon Claiborne after being fouled by Dalton Bolin. Newly into the game for Ohio Valley, number 1, Aaron Collins, a 5'5" sophomore from Parkersburg, West Virginia. 33-17, 6 points now for Claiborne. Butler to Robinson. Can't get the shot, but dishes it off to McKinney. Ball is loose. Hazelbaker picks it up. It's still loose. Can anybody gain control of it? Robinson finally does. And they call a foul on Aaron Collins. He just gets in there and picks up his first foul.
Coach Hallett imploring his guys to grab the ball, and he's exactly right. Just grab it. Don't try and dribble the ball.
Kind of like football, just fall on top of the fumble. No scoop and score. Robinson driving with his left. Turns back, finds Bryce Butler. He goes right side, spinning in the lane, puts it up. Rims around, no good. Claiborne fires it up for Collins. Now it's Harrison. Claiborne now in front of the Topper bench. Driving behind the back. Inside pass to Collins. He somehow comes up with it after being tipped around a few times. Now he's trapped. Foul will be called on Will Yoakum. That'll be his first, team fifth. Both teams with 5 team fouls. Harrison hits the floor, and they call a foul on Bryce Butler for the push, his first. Team sixth. Topper crowd did not like the call.
Bryce is kind of laughing over there as if to say, really?
Harrison receives the pass. Travel call is made, and the Toppers get possession back. Bryce Butler, top of the key, over to Will Yoakum. He's called for the travel. And it goes right back to the Fighting Scots. Timeout called by the Fighting Scots. Topper defense does a great job there to force that. That'll be just a 30-second timeout. These two teams, as we take a look at the series history, these two teams is the 31st meeting between the two schools since they met for the first time in 1992. The Toppers have won 19 straight games against them. They hold they lead the series 29-1. The last time they met, the Toppers had 77 first half points in a 126-68 win here at the ASRC on November 28th, 2015. And head coach of OVU, Mike Snell, was an assistant basketball coach here from 98 to 2002, also the head golf coach. Yoakum called for the foul again, trying to block the shot of Harrison. That'll be his second, team seventh, and Ohio Valley is now into the bonus.
One of the differences, obviously it's a long season, we're still early, but one of the differences I've noticed with this West Liberty team as opposed to the ones in the recent past is this one has seemed to have offensive lulls where they go a few minutes where they don't score, which that's not usually the case, and we're in one of those lulls right now.
We saw what was close to a blackout for the Toppers earlier. Now we're kind of seeing the reverse of it. Not that Ohio Valley's putting up a ton of points either. Hazelbaker's three, no good. Tipped around. Saved, but goes right to Malik McKinney. He tries to finish, cannot. Another offensive board by Butler. He is fouled by Claiborne. That'll be his second, team sixth.
And I think we kind of put that thought together. You're saying that Ohio Valley isn't really scoring. In the past, this is where you really would see that separation. And I think that's kind of what they're looking for.
Toppers bring in 4 newcomers. Robinson, McKinney, Yoakum, and Hazelbaker will grab a breather as Alessandro, Boswell, Bolin, and Dyer return. Butler will shoot, and good. 35-19, the Toppers lead. We told you about Coach Mike Snell, the head coach for Ohio Valley, being an assistant here at West Liberty years ago. The one season that Coach Howlett spent away from the West Liberty program, it seems like forever ago. He was a player here, graduate assistant, and assistant coach. Then he went to Ohio Valley University for 1 year and then came back to West Liberty. And the rest is history. Now the head coach.
Feels like it never even happened. I feel like he's been here forever.
Bolin from the baseline, no good. Adiemo gets the rebound.
That's a rarity. You don't see Dalton Bolin miss that shot.
Collins gets the ball stripped away by Boswell, but directly out of bounds. Possession stays with the Fighting Scots. Black will get a screen from Garich. Over to Adiemo. Claiborne's three, too long. Bryce Butler kicks it up to Boswell, but the pass will be stolen by Claiborne. Quickly up for Black. Pass over to the corner for Collins' three. It's good. Collins gets his first points in this ball game. Bolin back out to Dyer. Butler's three, no good. Rebounded by Adiemo. Alessandro, good defense, has to get this up to Claiborne. Bolin tries to make the block, cannot do it. Claiborne gets his 8th points, and the Toppers lead dwindles to 11. Coach Howlett calls a timeout. It'll be just a 30-second timeout for the Toppers. They've got, again, that 11-point lead.
And again, it's the offensive end that is causing this issue. It's not that really West Liberty is not getting decent shots. They're just not falling right
now. Coach Howlett gives his team a little pep talk. Coach Snell doing the same. Drawing up a play here are the Fighting Scots. And it does not look like there will be any substitutions for either team. Same 5 will be out there for both. Dyer working against Collins, finds Alessandro on the elbow. Now it's Boswell, finds Dyer, puts up the straightaway three, it's good. Dyer, 5 points tonight, and gives the Toppers back a 14-point lead. Black lobs it up for Collins, he takes it. Finds Garich, travel call is made. Hazelbaker and Dyer were there on defense.
It's so weird because for years that was never called at almost at any level, and now every single time that's a travel. And it is.
Bolin's three, no good. Claiborne the rebound. Black finds Collins. Claiborne will set things up in the half court. Less than 5 to play here in the first half. Black wants to go down to Adiemo. Alessandro there. Good patience, good defense, and a missed shot. Dyer floats, can't get it to fall, and a foul will be called on Adiemo for the push, getting Hazelbaker out of the way to get the rebound. And with that stoppage in play, it'll be a media timeout. Toppers lead by 14, 38-24. 4:32 left to play in this first half. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
Lifetime of savings starts here. Belmont Savings Bank, focused on your future.
Welcome back. A 14-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Take a look at Pat Robinson, 9 points, all of them coming from behind the arc. Robinson stepping up as that #1 guy. He and on the second group of 5. Now they're kind of mixing, and Robinson 3 of 3 from behind the arc. Dalton Bolin, 2 of 4. Those are the only 2 guys with multiple three-pointers so far. And Toppers championship banners. Boy, there are a lot of them. Hazel Baker at the line. It's the front end of the 1-and-1 to fall. Both teams in the bonus now. Both teams 17 fouls. Hazel Baker, just a freshman. Johnstown, Ohio. Second one goes as well, 40-24. Hazel Baker almost gets the steal. Dyer comes up with a great defense from the freshman. Robinson tries to make the move, finds Hazel Baker. Back to Robinson, pumps the 3. Back to Bolin, now Dyer sets things up, 15 to shoot. Dyer hands it off for Robinson. Boswell, back to Pat, puts up the 3. It's good. 12 points, 4 for 4 from behind the arc for Pat Robinson.
The entire bench was upset that he didn't take the first opportunity in the corner. He ends up making one anyway.
Toppers a 19-point lead, 3:45 left in the first half. Claiborne. Now it's back over for Parker Black. Black driving on Bolin, shot is good on the floater. It's Parker Black's first points in this ball game. Bolin thought about the 3, now it's Hazel Baker. It's Dyer, little pick and roll, no good though. Black throws up to Garrich, quickly up for Claiborne, Dyer is there. The jumper, no good. And the rebound could have gone to any one of 3 Hilltoppers in Boswell, Dyer, and Bolin. Bolin's 3. Good. He's got 11 points, and the Toppers lead by 20. They're calling this on Preston Boswell. He wanted the foul on Claiborne. That'll be his first, and Claiborne will shoot a 1-and-1. Hazel Baker gets a breather after playing well as Yoakum re-enters the game for the Toppers. Claiborne hits the front end. Second attempt falls as well. 46-28. Claiborne 10 points now. Bolin back over for Boswell. Now it's Dyer. Back to Boswell. Driving. Finds Yoakum. They call the charge on Will Yoakum, his 3rd, team 9th. Bryce Butler will come in for Will Yoakum. Black looking, finds Harrison, and they try to find a way to get across half court, finally do. Garrich, his 3, too short. Long rebound out for Harrison, no. Claiborne going to be called. Oh, they're going to reset the shot clock. Reset it to 18 seconds. Black sets things up. Finds Harrison, the three, no good. Ball tipped around. Last touch by Ohio Valley. They say Toppers will take possession. .150 left to play in the first half. Bolin will drive baseline. Bounce pass across to Butler. Can't get it to fall. Claiborne, the long rebound for Ohio Valley. Black over to Claiborne. Dyer in his face. Screen set. It's back to the other side for Black. Puts up the three. Robinson there. Shot no good. Bolin the rebound.
See if Westlake can finish the first half strong here.
Ball loose. Ohio Valley gets it back. Here's Harrison. Parker Black will slow things down, set it up. 65 seconds remaining in the half. Riska sets the screen. Dyer pokes that ball away. Butler comes up with it. He'll take a look. Robinson wide open. Can't get this one to fall. Would have been 5 for 5. Offensive board, put back. There we go. Can't get the three-point play one way. He's going to get it the old-fashioned way.
That was just a terrific play. Number one, to follow your own miss. And secondly, he was in the air. That ball was trapped on his hip, and he somehow muscled his way up to the basket and put it off the glass and in.
Robinson, the sophomore from Chesterfield, New Jersey. Malik McKinney in for Dalton Bolin. Owen Hazelbaker in for Preston Boswell. There's 49 seconds left to play in this opening half. Robinson looking to make it 15 points if he can hit this. And he does. 15 points in the first 10 minutes. I'm sorry, first 20 minutes of this ball game. Getting mixed up with the women's basketball playing quarters and men's playing halves.
It's very easy to do.
Harrison almost loses this one. Picks it back up, hands it off to Parker Black. About a 19-second difference, or I'm sorry, about a 20-second difference, we'll say, between shot and game clock. Hazelbaker with the block. And the Toppers have the shot clock turned off and can hang on for the final shot of the half. McKinney hands this off for Robinson, driving, dishes it back out for Butler. Can't get it to fall, and Harrison picks it up, lob it up. McKinney knocks it away, and that will be the end of the first half. The Toppers lead it by 21 points. 49-28. Looks like the Toppers are back on track, halfway to that century mark, very close to it.
A little bit uneven. Played well in spurts. Other times there were lulls, so we'll see.
We've got Coach Howlett with Isaac Basinger. Isaac and Coach, take it away.
Coach, your team played well in some aspects of the first half, but what are some aspects you think they can improve on in the second half?
I don't think we played well at all. I think we didn't take good care of the basketball. I thought we were careless. And every time there's a loose ball, it's like we try to pick it up and run with it rather than just grab it. We're not playing well right now, and we got to fix this. So hopefully I can get them motivated here in the second half, and we'll play better.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Coach Howlett. And we alluded to that earlier. You alluded to that earlier. The Toppers, instead of just picking up the basketball, trying to dribble a loose ball instead of just picking it up. And Coach Howlett says it specifically right there. But again, the Toppers, we kind of figured after the season they've had so far and the few losses they've had, Coach Howlett will not be happy with anything besides perfection, and they will continually work hard no matter what. They're up by 21, 49 points in the first 20 minutes. And the Toppers, he thinks they have not played well at all. And, you know, the coach, that's what has made this program so good.
You hit it right on the head right there. As a coach, no matter what level, what sport, you always are searching for that perfect game, at the same time knowing it's never going to come. But you're always trying to reach that level. And when you have goals that you're always chasing, you're always going after them.
Well, the Toppers, again, a 21-point lead here after the first 20 minutes, 49-28. We will be back in just a little while with some halftime stats and the second half here on Topper Station.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world. Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Lloyd.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today, and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is whenever you get up into the major top classes, it's a lot of like smaller classes to where it's like maybe 12 people. So you're a lot closer to the professor, you're a lot closer to the advisor, and then you get a lot more hands-on work whenever you're involved in the class.
You're building something. You're building a foundation because you're figuring it out, because you know who the people are.
Today, I'm going to work on some of the stuff here for my on-campus internship. I do my internship here on campus with Alexis Mons. She is the athletic advancement coordinator, and she's also one of the people that is in charge of the alumni association. So like I go to like football games, some basketball games, any other like different athletic events here on campus. I also help with promotional ideas such as like what banners we need to use, what things we need to fundraise for, or like different things for the alumni association with what we should draw in towards like athletics. I want to put on each of the reserve signs for those who wanted to reserve their seat for their Save Your Seat fundraiser for the basketball team. The main thing that attracted me to West Liberty was probably the business program. I was researching a lot of like different programs throughout the state, and it's one of the top ones in the state. And then whenever I was looking more in towards it, like this program, such as sport management, it was one of the only ones in the state that was offered. The main thing that attracted me was probably the hometown feel. I'm from like a small town in my community, and I always wanted to get involved. So whenever I came here to the Hilltop, it just felt like home. I'm part of the West Liberty baseball team here on campus, and we're getting ready for our Black and Gold World Series. Let's go. I've always had an interest in athletics, so that's why I kind of chose this program. But whenever I go out, I want to try to get myself involved in college athletics. So my ultimate goal would probably be an athletic director at the collegiate level, but anywhere in the athletic program would be fine for me. I hope this gave you a lot of good insight on this program here at West Liberty. If you want more additional information, please go check out our website today. And as always, go Toppers.
Hi, my name's Allison Gemberling, and I'm a pre-vet major, and today I'm going to show you what this major is all about. now we're going to head into organic chemistry lab. The pre-vet program is to prepare you to go to vet school, so it has a lot of classes in understanding how like the animal's body functions, learning about behaviors for that animal, and it's just very in-depth, and it also encourages you to go get experience elsewhere so that you are familiar with animals. The labs are also really hands-on, especially with organic chemistry. You get to do the experiments yourself, understand how the different chemicals work with each other. And then for animal experience, there's a lot of classes where you get to work hands-on with specific types of animals like birds, reptiles, mammals. So today we're going to my ornithology lab here at the Oglebay Good Zoo. So we're making chicken candy today, and then we're gonna go out and give it to the chickens and see what they do with it. I chose a pre-vet major because I would like to go to vet school and hopefully work on becoming a veterinarian. So this program is definitely helpful in preparing me for vet school and helping me get into vet school with a lot of the different experience opportunities. As you continue in the major, especially your junior and senior year, there's classes like genetics, microbiology, parasitology. Not all are necessarily requirements to get into vet school, but it definitely makes you a better candidate, makes you look better, and it definitely makes you more knowledgeable going into vet school. You know a little bit more than everybody else. We're gonna go give enrichment to the chickens now. As for hands-on experience, I'm also a double major in zoo science, and West Liberty has a partnership with the Oglebay Good Zoo, which is AZA accredited. So I get a lot of experience hands-on with animals there, which is really good experience for vet school because they like to know that you are familiar with exotics and know about zoo animals. I definitely have an interest in working with large animals, especially in a zoo setting. So having the Oglebay Good Zoo here is really helpful for me gaining experience and understanding those animals. And I'm also in concert band, and I'm heading to practice right now with my friend Jordan. I'm also involved in the band here at West Liberty. The band is just like a nice thing. It's a good break from all of the heavy science courses, and it's a good time, and I like playing music, so it's a good relaxer, and it's also great to be involved and meet people in different majors that are also involved in music. So today I'm at work at a local veterinary office. So when you look at veterinary schools and what the requirements are, they definitely encourage you to go get experience. So I took it upon myself to contact some of the local vets around this area, and I found one that has been super great and getting me hands-on experience, watching surgeries, helping with appointments, and it's been a really great opportunity to learn more about the practice. Now we're going to do an examination on this cat. West Liberty is definitely very affordable. I'm lucky enough to have an Elbin scholarship, so that definitely drew me here because it's a really good education and it's not crazy expensive. I went to school at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, and Dr. Loafman, the zoo science director, came and visited my junior and senior year to talk about the zoo science program. And I spoke with him and told him I was interested in veterinary medicine, and he said there was also a pre-vet major and that the zoo science program would definitely help towards getting the experience that you need to get into vet school. I hope this video gave you a better look at this program. If you need any more information, check us out online.
My name is Zach, and I'm in the secondary education program here at West Liberty. Today, I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. We're going to head to Mr. Hollywood's class for one of my block education classes.
Go ahead and do a few things today. I want to start off by kind of refreshing on the assessments. Kind of want to see what you guys have seen out in the field.
So the secondary education program here at West Liberty, your first couple years, it's going to be very generalized and all the students are going to be together. And that's pretty much where you're going to learn about classroom management, learning techniques, everything that you need to be an effective teacher. And then as you get older, that's where you're going to separate into your specializations and learn that in more detail. So I chose to be a science teacher because I had a really big interest in science, but I figured out I didn't really want to go into the healthcare profession.
I want it to be interacting more with the younger generations and trying to help inspire them and for them to learn science content. So that's why I combined both my interests of being science content knowledge and to be a teacher.
Co-teaching makes me think teamwork and strategy. Who wrote that?
So the block semester takes place during senior year, and right now I'm in my block semester, and that is where we actually get to go out into schools pretty much for a couple days a week for the whole semester, and that's really your first taste of being a teacher, what it's like, really getting that hands-on approach to teaching. The semester after that, in the spring semester, is a full semester of student teaching, 2 different 7-week placements for a total of 14 weeks, and that is pretty much your first time in a classroom, being 100% the teacher, where you do everything in terms of grading papers, making lesson plans, interacting with the students all day. All that stuff takes place in the spring semester.
Today I'm doing a presentation about different teaching strategies in the science classroom.
The capstone project also takes place senior year, and that's going to be definitely specialized for your content area. So right now I'm doing my capstone in general science ed, and I'm doing pretty much a comparative study of science education throughout the whole United States. In the capstone semester, pretty much it takes up the whole semester, and then at the very end is when you're going to present in front of your faculty. So
today I'm teaching a science lesson to middle schoolers at Brook Middle. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have what's called a learned behavior, okay? So a really good example of a learned behavior.
So right now, I'm placed at Brook Middle School. I go there a couple days a week, and I'm with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and I get the chance to once or twice a week go up there and actually teach them certain lessons based on what my teacher wants them to know. So the reward for me for teaching is just seeing the satisfaction pretty much the students get when they finally accomplish something or they understand a certain content area or content knowledge. I think it really just makes all the hard work you put into teaching in terms of preparing the students and making those lesson plans. I think that satisfaction you get of the students finally understanding it is a real big award.
And I also play quarterback on the football team, and now we're about to head out to practice.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
So I think that football and teaching actually can tie in really well to one another, just because, you know, when you're on the football field, there's a lot of interaction with your teammates, and you're trying to help your teammates grow not only as players but also as people, and that's kind of what you're doing in the classroom too. You want your students to not only grow as students but also to develop more maturely as people as well, so they both tie in pretty well together.
I hope that gave you a good insight on what it's like to be in this program. For more information, check out our website.
Welcome back to the ASRC. It is halftime here. The Toppers have the 49-28 lead, a 21-point deficit for Ohio Valley in that first half. We take a look at some stats here as halftime is almost over. And first off, we will begin with the team stats. The Toppers shooting almost 50% from the floor and from behind the arc, 83 from the foul line. And it was perfect, 8 of 8 for Ohio Valley from the line. 22-16, the Toppers have out-rebounded the Fighting Scotsmen, and 12-3, the Toppers have out-assisted them in the opening 20 minutes. 12 assists on 17 made shots for the Toppers. That's a lot of what West Liberty basketball is about, not just men's but women's as well. Both teams seem to do that extremely well. Individually, for both these teams in the first half, Pat Robinson, 15 points in the first half, 4 of 5 from behind the arc, 5 of 7 from the floor with 1 free throw. Dyer had 5 assists in the first half, and he also had 6 rebounds to lead the way. Dalton Bolin had 4 rebounds to go along with 11 points. Those are the only 2 double-digit scores for the Toppers. Claiborne had 10 points as the only double-digit scorer for Ohio Valley. The second half begins. And that starting 5 out there for the Toppers. Bolin cannot finish because he was fouled. And they call this on Adeyemo, number 44 for Ohio Valley.
I have to be honest, I would like to see them run that set more often and as crisply as they do. They normally come out and run that set immediately from the first tip and then to start the second half. And they normally get something really good off of it.
Bolin hits his first free throw, give him 12 points. Gets the second one to fall as well, so now the Toppers enjoy a 51-28 lead. Bolin 13 on the night so far. Lobs it up for Claiborne. Quickly up to Harrison. Yoakum catches up with him. Garich down low to Adiemo. Alessandro with a hand in his face, sticking right with him. Shot is blocked by Alessandro, goes off his shoulder and out of bounds. Possession stays with Ohio Valley.
John is just so incredibly athletic that even when he was on the offensive player's hip, he was able to recover in time.
Dyer with the steal on the inbound pass, finds Alessandro. Can't get the lay-in. The tip in doesn't go in for Bolin either. He gets the offensive board, no good. Adiemo gets the rebound. Garich gets the screen, kicks it over to Harrison. Adiemo looking with 10 to shoot. Will drive, almost loses it on the dribble. Garich in the corner, the three, it's good. He's up to 5 points in this ball game, 20-point lead for the Toppers. Alessandro driving. Finds Yoakum in the corner, pumps it back out for Dyer. He drives, goes to Bolin, back out for Alessandro. Can't get the three. Adiemo comes up with the board, quickly up for Claiborne, too long. And possession goes back to West Liberty. Punts that ball to the wall and goes right back to him. I don't know if we got that on camera or not. I don't think we did get the kick.
The one official says he didn't kick it. That was clearly a kick.
Yoakum loses this one, but it was tipped out by Parker Black, so the Toppers will keep possession, 22 to shoot.
We often talk, Todd, about West Liberty sharing the ball and the need to do so. They've actually been a little bit guilty of oversharing the basketball. They're passing up some good shots.
That they are. I think that's where some of the frustration from Coach Hallett is coming from tonight. See some open shots, just haven't pulled the trigger quite as often as he'd like them to. It's the third foul on Claiborne, second team foul so far in the second half. Alessandro on for some free throws. First one is good. Second one no good. Parker Black the rebound. They're going to say kicked ball by Boswell, but that's the type of effort that everyone here in the ASRC, unless you're an Ohio Valley fan, loves to see.
That's one thing. I don't know that Preston has found his role in this offense just yet. But the one thing you're assured of is he's going to give you everything he's got the entire time he's on the floor.
Claiborne sets things up. Gets the screen from Adiemo. Nice little bounce pass to Harrison. He gets the finish. He's up to 9 points tonight.
And really, that one was just way too easy.
Yoakum driving. Can't get it to fall. Adiemo gets the rebound. Although here comes the ball back to Yoakum. He is fouled. I believe if they give this to Adiemo, they will. It'll be his fourth foul, team third. One more. Adiemo will be done for the night. Yoakum makes his first. I'll do a wholesale change, 5 for 5. It'll be Butler coming in for Yoakum after the free throw if he makes it. I take that back. Bolin will stay in the ball game. Yoakum comes out, Butler is in. Yoakum up to 7 points. Bolin the lone of that starting 5 to stay in this game right now. Robinson almost got the steal. Harrison top of the key for Garich, now left side for Black. Pumping, spinning, trying to put up, he's going to go back to Claiborne. 8 to shoot, driving, lays it up and good. Claiborne, 12 points tonight. Butler almost gets his pass stolen by Claiborne. Bolin back over to McKinney. Now in the corner, Hazelbaker can't get it to fall. Butler the offensive board, a new 20. Baseline for Bolin, loses it, back out to McKinney. In the corner again, Butler can't get it to fall. Fighting for that loose ball. Hazelbaker picks it up and lays it in. 10 points.
I tell you what, Hazelbaker here is really coming out of his shell. I think, though, the one area you're going to see the biggest improvement after this year is going to be in the weight room. A full year of the West Liberty weight program is going to do him a lot of good.
And a dunk for Griska. Puts it back to a 19-point ball game. McKinney can't get the finish. Griska gets the rebound. Black will set things up in the half court. McKinney knocks this ball out of his hands. Stays with Ohio Valley, though. 15 on the shot clock.
If Malik McKinney is assigned to guard you, you can't let down for a split second. His hands are always active.
Shot no good for Claiborne. Hazelbaker there on the defense, but the offensive board goes back to Valley, Ohio Valley, and they reset the shot clock to 20. That's what the stoppage in play was for. They put it at 19. Claiborne back out for Black. 12 to shoot. Screen set. Bounce pass to nobody. Butler picks it up. Finds McKinney. Back out for Hazelbaker. His head is up looking. Finds Dalton Bolin. Straightaway three. It's good. Bolin, 16 points, and the Toppers lead by 22. Parker Black looking. Robinson almost got a hand on that one. We'll give him the foul. That'll be his first, team first. Lobbed up for Garich. McKinney guarding him. Huge height advantage for Garich. Pass goes to Claiborne. Harrison in the corner. Too short on the three. Robinson the rebound. Robinson keeps it, finds Butler on the right side. Back up top to McKinney, driving, finds Bolin on the left. Robinson pumping, looking, driving, and finishing with the left. 17 points for Pat Robinson.
That guy's future is really, really bright. He's got the total package.
Called Bryce Butler for a foul, his second, team second, 61-37. The stoppage in play will give a media timeout. We'll be right back for more on Topper Station.
Does Main Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back. The Toppers leading this one 61-35, 14:41 left to play in this second half and possibly ball game. We've seen the Toppers have some big leads here this year and gave one up to West Virginia Wesleyan earlier in the season. Toppers looking to get back on track. They've won 2 out of the last 3 at Davis and Elkins and West Virginia State here at home. They fell at Charleston 83-73 and That game at Charleston was one I believe everybody, at least at West Liberty and Charleston, were waiting for since the end of last season. Maybe everybody in the Mountain East Conference waiting for that ball game.
That's historically been a tough place for not only West Liberty, but for a lot of teams that go down there and play. The good thing is you get to see them again.
Yeah.
At least once, maybe even twice come tournament time.
Charleston comes to the ASRC February 9th. That'll be one that I'm sure the Toppers cannot wait for. They want the travel call, will not get it. They called a foul on Malik McKinney, his first, team third.
And had I told you before the season started that Glenville would be in first place and I would be talking about the men and not the women, I don't think many people would have believed that.
And if before the season we told you that at one point, at any point in this season, that what a play there, Bolin and Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker now with 12 points on the night.
I think it's safe to say that to this point, this is by far his best career game in a West Liberty uniform.
But this is the first time in a very long time that neither anybody from the women's side or the men's side in Mountain East Conference ranked in the top 25, the Toppers. Again, mirror image of the last possession, long home run pass for Hazelbaker from Bolin. But this week is the first week in almost 10 years since February 2nd, 2010. West Liberty has been in 149 consecutive NABC top 25 polls. It was a Division II, NCAA Division II record. They are not in the top 25 this week, so that record will end at 149, but records are made to be broken, and this could be the start of a record-breaking, or once the Toppers get back to the top 25, that could be the start of another record-breaking run of appearances in the poll.
You're right, records are meant to be broken, but I think that one's going to stand for a while.
Toppers lead it by 18 points. Dyer will draw the foul, the hand check from Griska.
And let's face it, really, Todd, things like that mean more to guys like us and the people sitting here in the stands than they do anybody in a West Liberty uniform or any coach in a suit over there.
I think basically for the past 9, 10 years, maybe more than that, you ask, like you said, anybody with this team what's ranking #1 in the nation for as many times as they had for an entire year, things of that nature, how much that meant, and they will gladly tell you nothing. Absolutely nothing. It means nothing.
It's a great feather in your cap to have, and it gets your name out there and gets your program notoriety, but beyond that, it's meaningless.
Yeah. Boswell driving. Can't get it to fall in just his second shot attempt of this ball game. Collins looking, double teamed, almost trapped. Claiborne gets it to Parker Black, and he gets the finish. And he steps awkwardly on the landing, and a 30-second timeout is called, stretches into a media. I'll be interested to see if Parker Black is able to come back after landing awkwardly and grabbing his leg. We will see. 65-39, Toppers lead. 12:37 left in the second half. Be right back on Topper Station.
Undo's Catering, family owned since 1953. With newly remodeled catering facilities throughout the Ohio Valley, Undo's can accommodate banquets from 25 to 700 guests. Undo's caters weddings, picnics, corporate events, holiday events, and job site drop-offs for the construction and oil and gas industry. Call 304-233-5566 today.
Welcome back. Tomorrow afternoon, you can watch Topper Station at 2 p.m. Friday, December 20th for Topper Wrestling, our second broadcast of home Topper Wrestling for you this season. They will I believe that's what it's called. I'm not the best wrestling mind by any means, but the tri-meet, it'll be West Liberty taking on King first, I believe at 2 p.m., then Davis and Elkins at around 4 after that. It'll be myself, Scott Jackson, and hopefully Doc Welker will be in here for the wrestling matches. And I thank God that they show up for those because they know so much more about wrestling than I do. It makes it much, much easier for me. I get to play host a little bit during those games.
Yeah, we joked about the students being away. You don't have any time off. You're right back at it tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we'll be back Saturday for the men's basketball game. We'll show you that graphic here in a little while.
What Christmas break, right?
Exactly. But when you get to broadcast West Liberty basketball and West Liberty sports, especially wrestling right now, you got between these three teams, it's a lot of talent and it's a lot of fun to call those games. This is the time of year when my job doesn't necessarily feel like a job at times.
And I'm not a big wrestling guy myself, but I can appreciate the sport and what it takes to do it and compete. I think right now what you're seeing with the West Liberty wrestling program is kind of like the beginning of what we saw with this basketball program. On a national level, this is going to be an incredible, incredible program.
You get the right coaches in here and the players will follow. Travel call on Dalton Bolin. And Parker Black is on the bench, but he is seated in the first seat on the bench. So it looks like he should be able to come back into this ball game. Collins pass off the mark for Harrison. And again, Parker Black went up before that last media timeout. Went up for the shot, and when he landed a little bit awkwardly and looked like he tweaked something, but it looks like he'll come back into this ball game at some point. Hopper's moving this ball around. Robinson driving, puts it up, gets a shot blocked. Garrich comes up with it. Claiborne slowly comes up the floor. Foul will be called. They give it to Robinson, his second, team fifth.
Pat's looking around with his hands up like as if to say, what are you talking about? But the truth of the matter is Pat rode him all the way down the court.
Claiborne looking for his 13th point tonight. Can't get it on the front end.
I've been impressed with Claiborne. He's a nice player.
12 points, 4 of 9. Before that free throw, he was 4 for 4. Now he's 4 for 5. Make it 4 for 6.
I jinxed him, I guess.
Well, as long as it's for the other team, we'll take it. Claiborne also has 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, but he does have the 4 fouls. Bolden no good on the jumper. Now back come the Toppers again. Robinson driving, kicks it back out, but it's over the head of McKinney, and a turnover. Possession goes back to Ohio Valley.
I don't know if you've picked up on here, the last couple of possessions, West Liberty has kind of started to morph back into that one-on-one basketball team, and things have slowed down.
Steal by Dyer to McKinney. Gets the finish. The 2 top defensive players on this team. Lobs out for Garrich. High points it so nobody else can get it. Parker Black back at the scorer's table, so he will be back in for the Fighting Scots. Right now with it, Jordan Millspaw from Fort Worth, Texas, a 6'5" freshman. Number 22. They call Butler for the foul, his 3rd, team 6th. Claiborne comes out for a breather. Parker Black back in. And I wonder how long they'll keep Claiborne out. Probably not very long. Been their best player tonight. Harrison spinning at the line, kicks it back out for Collins, 3. It's no good. Swatted back out by Parker Black, but right to Dalton Bolin. He shows his speed. Pass is stolen away. Here comes Millspaw. That shot is blocked by Bryce Butler. They want goaltending, won't get it. Robinson to Bolin. Finishes with the left.
Bryce Butler, a block down here. You know, he's only scored 2 points, but he has 5 rebounds, 3 steals. He's contributing in other ways.
Dyer almost gets another steal, but they're going to call the foul on Harrison. It's going to be a foul on Dyer, his first, team 7th. That will put Ohio Valley in the bonus, but we will have a media timeout and take the break. 69-42, 9:55 to play. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
A lifetime of saving starts here. Belmont Savings Bank, focused on your future.
Welcome back. The next time you can watch this men's team play will be Saturday, December 21st, in just a couple days at 4 p.m. here at the ASRC. If you want to watch it live, come to the ASRC. If family is in town, bring them, because this is a pretty good basketball team, and if you're a basketball fan, you're going to enjoy watching these games. They will play Ohio Dominican. Again, if you can't make it to the game, though, you can find us on topperstation.com. If you have Comcast Cable, Comcast Channel 14, Hilltoppersports.com as well has a bunch of great articles about not just men's basketball, but about all West Liberty athletics. Don Clegg writes all of those stories and makes us sound so smart on air when we spit out some statistical thing from the past 15 years to a decade, and it's all because of Don Clegg, and a special thank you to him and their staff. Since it's the break, you know, we're can be short-staffed with TV at times, and operations a little bit short-staffed because of the Christmas holiday as well. So Don Clegg doing the scorebook tonight. It's probably been a very long time since Don's had to do that.
Probably close to 10 years, but I'm telling you what, he's had many of those in his hand over the course of his lifetime.
It's got to be like riding a bike for Don. Never forget how to do that. 11 points now for Harrison, the second fighting Scott into double digits. Robinson back to McKinney. Here's Dyer. Finds McKinney open, drills the three. 5 points now from Malik McKinney, 72-44.
That right there is what I would like to see more of. Driving to kick it out. Don't try and force it up within, you know, the middle of 3 people.
Travel call made on Garich. The Toppers take possession right back. Substitution, Claiborne, here he comes, back into the ballgame for Garich.
Turnover number 19 now for Ohio Valley.
Dyer finds McKinney, nice little move, dishes it back to Dyer, through the paint to Butler in the corner. It's good.
2 straight possessions, Dyer.
5 points now for the freshman Bryce Butler after that three. 75-44, 9:05 still left to play in the second half.
Luke Dyer up to 8 assists.
Claiborne trying to make a move on Butler, goes back to Harrison. Straight down. Oh boy, and again, Luke Dyer stripped that ball away. Butler, he is fouled by Parker Black, and boy, how many times have we seen Luke Dyer strip that ball out of people's hands when they're going up for shots? If he's got a height disadvantage of about a foot, he still just continually strips that ball out of people's hands.
And a lot of it's angle, too. If you are going to have that height advantage, which Luke is just about on everybody, you have to find other ways, and he's perfected his craft in that area, to be sure.
I believe it was against West Virginia State. Luke, it wasn't a strip of a ball, it wasn't a hand swipe, anything like that. He just reached out and pulled the ball away, just grabbed it away from like he was stealing candy from a baby. Almost a steal, and almost a 5-second call as well. Collins now just outside the elbow, no good. Bolin the rebound. McKinney going to be called for the charge. That'll be his third, I believe. Team 8th. Black looking. Ball almost stolen, but they're going to call the foul on Pat Robinson. It'll be his third, team 9th. And if you can believe it, I know this team has no seniors, and that's really difficult to believe for the Hilltoppers. Pat Robinson's a sophomore.
Yeah, and I knew that coming in, but for some reason when he was on here earlier and we had the graphic up with his name and sophomore under there, that kind of dawned on me for the first time. It's like, geez, oh, is this guy so good already?
Yeah, we're going to have about 2.5 more years, maybe a little bit more than that, with Pat Robinson. A little miscommunication there. Bolden not expecting the pass, but the Toppers clean it up. Dyer harassed by Collins. Baseline dishes it back out for McKinney again. Can't get this one to fall. McKinney, the offensive board. And he gets the finish on the putback. He's got 7 points. Long home run ball. Too long for Harrison. Oh, somehow Claiborne gets it. Now it's tipped up in the air by Butler, and he grabs it. Robinson 1-on-2. Can't get the finish. Butler the offensive board, and one coming up for the freshman, Bryce Butler.
Again, it's not going to show up in the point total, but Bryce Butler has had a really nice game tonight. And it's kind of funny, too, listening to your call there. Robinson 1-on-2, and the first thing that popped in my mind was advantage Robinson.
Yeah. We've seen so many great things that he can do this year. Perimeter, inside, it doesn't matter. Passing the basketball, he's done so many great things. A new 3 right now into the ball game, as Yoakum, Hazelbaker, and Preston Boswell back in. McKinney and Butler will stay. Alessandro at the scorer's table waiting to come in. Claiborne, good again. He's got 14 points.
It's a really nice mid-range game.
Yoakum stops up, dishes it back for Boswell. Hazelbaker around to Butler. Inside, what a cut, and finish, and one coming up for Will Yoakum.
West Liberty basketball, cutting without the basketball.
They call this on Claiborne. And on the live stats, it say it's his 5th, but in here, they say it's his 4th, so we'll just go with 4th. There's none of the officials, nobody's really saying it should be his 5th, so his 4th foul. Butler with 9 points now, 84-46, 7:07 left to play.
It's unbelievable how a team like West Liberty can lull a guy like me to sleep. I look up and it's a 38-point lead.
The Toppers, it's what they've done for a long time. Foul called on Collins of Ohio Valley. That will be his 2nd, team 9th. Toppers, one more, and we'll be shooting 2. Actually, both of these teams, one more foul by either. The other team is shooting 2 the rest of the way. Front end falls. 11 points now for Yoakum. Toppers up by 39 points. Can't hit that one. Griska. Pass is going to be stolen by Hazelbaker. Quickly up for Yoakum. Spinning. Gets his shot blocked, but McKinney is there to clean it up. He's got 9 points, and the Toppers lead by 41. Alessandro almost tips this away. Claiborne going to be fouled by Boswell, his 3rd, team 10th. And now OVU will shoot 2.
I don't know what it is, but it's obvious that teams have seen something on film. I can't remember a time where so many home run balls are tried on inbound plays.
No good for the first. Garich in for Collins. Adiemo in for Griska.
I'll have to look more carefully next time. I don't know if people are leaking out early.
0 for 2 on that trip for Claiborne. That will be interesting to see. And if any fans at home want to find out for us, watch some film, go to topperstation.com. You can watch all the games that we've broadcast so far this year for Hilltopper men's basketball, women's basketball, wrestling, football. We're doing acro and tumbling next semester as well. Yoakum going up for the rebound, and a foul is called. We'll see who they give it to.
I think it's going to be on Will.
And that will be the 4th foul on Yoakum. But yeah, you can go back and watch all of these games on demand on Topper Station. It was kind of funny when we debuted this, talking to some of the people around campus and talking to some coaches, and even Coach Hallett, he's like, wait a second, I can go back and watch some of the games that I played in? Like, yeah, if we broadcast it, it's on there.
I've actually gone back and watched some of the games that he played in.
No good on the second. Boswell the rebound. Boswell, the lone topper that's got minutes tonight that has yet to score. Yoakum's 3, no good. Adiemo gets the rebound. Now it's Garich. 6:05 left to play. He finds Adiemo. Cannot finish. Yoakum the rebound. Yoakum looking, finds Boswell. Ball was kicked before the pass got there by Black. So Boswell will throw this one in from the baseline. Looking, goes all the way out for Yoakum. Boswell, right side, back out to Hazelbaker. I'm going to say Yoakum stepped on the line when he received the pass. Butler and Quinn Hiles in for McKinney and Will Yoakum. 5:45 left to play. Toppers lead by 40. Black will drive. Puts up the shot, no good. Adiemo gets the rebound. Dishes it back out for Claiborne. His 3 is too short. Tipped around, and Harrison comes up with it. Boswell gets the steal. And he pushes it up for Hazelbaker. He gets the finish. Owen with 16 points, and Claiborne down on the floor. Looks like he got hit in the face. It looks like he'll be all right. Sure, the eyes are watering just a little bit, though.
Boswell's, he's so wiry. And those arms just go flailing. There have been many of those that have caught an elbow from Preston Boswell unintentionally.
Well, as soon as you said that, all I could think of was the movie Replacements and the Welsh kicker.
That's right.
Adiemo no good from the elbow, tipped around. Claiborne with the board. He can't get it to go off the glass, and Bryce Butler comes up with it. Butler almost loses it. Nice spin. Alessandro looking, kicks it out for Quinn Hiles. Back to Alessandro. 15 to shoot for the Toppers. John's keeping it himself. Puts up the baby hook, and good. Alessandro's 6th point tonight. Toppers lead it 91-47. Just under 4.5 minutes left to play. Garich for 3. No good. Boswell the rebound. Looking. Finds Hiles for 3 in transition. No good. Butler the offensive board. Puts it up. No good either. Adiemo gets the rebound, and they're going to call the foul.
Travel, I think.
Oh, they called it travel. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with that stoppage in play, it'll be immediate timeout. The Toppers will get possession back. They lead at 91-47 with 4 minutes left. We'll be right back on Topper Station. Welcome back. The Toppers a big lead here with 4 minutes left to play, 91-47. You take a look at the Topper bench there. You see Marlon Moore there with the walking boot with an injured ankle. And talking to some people, I believe Marlon will be back soon, maybe miss one more game, and then be back for that start of the second semester game down at Concord, but we'll wait and see. Injured at Charleston, has missed the past 2 games, missed the rest of the Charleston game when he got injured, missed the game against State tonight, and will probably miss the Ohio Dominican game. We'll see. And hopefully we will have him back for the game against Concord. And I know Tommy Bolte no longer there at Concord, graduated, but there were some times that Marlon showed his best defense and best game when playing against some of the top players in Tommy Bolte.
Just a note, remember folks, that game will tip off at 4 on Saturday.
Hiles, cross court inside to Boswell, puts it up, and good. Boswell
There
gets
we
his
go.
first points. Now we just need Quinn to get a shot here, and that will be everybody for the Topper scoring tonight. And I don't think they'll allow Marlon to come in with the boot on. Steal here for Boswell, is going to get another, and he does. Timeout, rolling timeout called for the Toppers. Boswell's second bucket, his 4th point tonight. He comes out, McKinney is in.
Right there, perfect example of what we were talking about earlier, Todd, with the effort that he gives. It's almost a 50-point game, and he's busting his butt to get out in the open floor and get a steal.
This is Collins, top of the key, thinking about it. Now he's going to drive himself, step back, blocked by Quinn Hiles. Now McKinney, tipped to by Alessandro. McKinney will drive, dishes it out. Hiles open for 3, off the front of the rim, fighting for the offensive board, and Collins comes up with it. Black down Center Avenue and lays it in.
But you know, that's been, that right there was a rare easy basket in the second half for Ohio Valley.
McKinney for 3, it's good. McKinney, 12 points tonight. This might be his best game as a Topper too, along with Hazelbaker.
The thing about McKinney is he came here with a defensive reputation. I don't think he gets enough credit. He has a really smooth jump shot.
98-49, the Toppers lead. 2 minutes left. Harrison driving, gets it to fall.
Tough basket.
He's got 13 points tonight. Getting Ohio Valley over that 50-point mark with 51 now. Hiles again for 3, gets this one to fall. So now the Toppers, 50-point lead, go over the triple-digit mark with 101, and Quinn Hiles has scored his first point of the night, making sure everyone for the Toppers has scored in this ball game. Harrison loses it, gets it back. 12 to shoot for Ohio Valley. Baseline drive for Gerich, loses it. Possession goes to Adiemo. Backing down Alessandro, he's going to be called for the foul, his first. With 68 seconds remaining, Adiemo will shoot 2. Substitutions is Black, and Gerich will grab a breather. Back into this ball game will be Griska and Millspaw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Adiemo will come out, making his first appearance tonight. Samuel Vanadia, a 6'6" sophomore from Akron, Ohio. Collins comes out along with Harrison as well. In for the first time, Bobby Foggin and Andrew Myers, number 3. 60 seconds remaining. Alessandro on the line when he catches that pass. Toppers will back off the press for the final minute of this ball game. Griskus 3, no good. McKinney the rebound, 45 seconds remain. Hiles again. Back to McKinney, driving. Finishes with the left. Malik McKinney, 14 points, Toppers 50-point lead. About a 5-second difference between shot and game clock. Hiles going for the steal. The Toppers on top of it. They call jump ball. Possession stays with the Fighting Scots. Got 16 seconds to shoot. This is Ohio Valley. Shot is made by Venadia. Toppers will just hold this one and let the final 10 seconds run out. They will win it by 48, 103-55. Again, the next time you can see the Toppers play will be December 21st here at the ASRC at 4 p.m. Watch it on topperstation.com, Comcast Channel 14. Go to hilltoppersports.com for links to live stats, our live broadcast, and all kinds of great stories about Hilltopper athletics. Again, this coming Saturday, you can watch them play again. The Toppers win it 103-55. And we have Coach Hallett and Cub Varner at center court. Cub, take it away.
Coach, you and Isaac talked about aspects of the game at halftime. Last week, me and you kind of got into the consistency of your team. What are you guys going to do to get that consistency of the offense like you guys had at the end of that second half?
I think just play together. There's times where we play together and we look good as a basketball team, and there's times where we show our youth and we don't look like a good basketball team. But like I keep telling these guys, we're going to continue to get better every practice, every game, and that's why I just want to keep playing with these guys. I'm glad we play on Saturday. We only have one day to prepare for Ohio Dominican. It's a good Ohio Dominican team, but I'm glad we play on Saturday.
All right, that's it. Thanks, Coach. Good game.
Thank you, Cubby. Thank you, Coach. And after that performance, I'm assuming that there's a lot of guys on the team that want to hurry up and play on Saturday as well, so they can keep that feeling going. What a game they played tonight.
West Liberty really needed one like this. Everybody got involved. They shared the basketball. It wasn't all that taxing. They still had to work. But you heard Ben right there. He used the same word that I started this show with, consistency. And that's all it is right now with West Liberty, is playing hard, sharing the basketball, cutting without the basketball, consistently over the course of a 40-minute game. That's why you play such a long season. And this team is not going to be the same now as it is at the end of the year. And that's kind of the long-range focus that you have to have.
And kind of the scary part about it, too, unless somebody transfers, this team will not change for next year. They're going to add people to it, honestly, with incoming freshmen and possibly bringing in transfers and things of that nature. No seniors on this team makes it kind of scary. Should give you some final stats. Leading scorer for the Toppers, Dalton Bolin, 18 points, 4 of 6 from behind the arc. Pat Robinson, the third, 17 points, 4 of 5 from behind the arc. Owen Hazelbaker, 16 points, 7 of 11 from the floor. Then McKinney with 14, Yoakum with 11. McKinney 6 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. Bolin a double-double with 11 rebounds. Luke Dyer had 8 assists, 5 steals, along with the 5 points and 1 3-pointer, along with 7 rebounds as well. So Luke Dyer continuing to do Luke Dyer things too.
He's the unsung hero. He's not so unsung anymore.
Yeah.
People, I think, he's been so good at what he does that he's not overlooked anymore. People expect that kind of stat line out of Luke Dyer every night, and just about every time he does deliver it.
Well, I'd like to thank our student crew before we go off the air, coming in and working over break. Big thank you to Trent Nicholson, our freelance director, also student directing, Beth Allen, Abby Vargo running camera, along with Maria Murphy. Thank you also to Cub Varner and Isaac Basinger. They both produced and did sidelining tonight. Just took turns doing that and getting some experience there. So thank you, everyone. For Sean Ryan, for Cubby, and for Isaac, I am Todd Ollum. Thank you for watching this broadcast of Hilltopper Basketball. We will see you tomorrow for Hilltopper Wrestling, and then Saturday for more Hilltopper Basketball on Topper Station.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world. Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Loy.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is whenever you get up into the major top classes, it's a lot of like smaller classes to where it's like maybe 12 people. So you're a lot closer to the professor, you're a lot closer to the advisor, and then you get a lot more hands-on work whenever you're involved in the class.
You're building something. You're building a foundation because you're figuring it out because you know who the people are.
Today, I'm going to work on some of the stuff here for my on-campus internship. I do my internship here on campus with Alexis Mons. She is the athletic advancement coordinator, and she's also one of the people that is in charge of the Alumni Association. So like I go to like football games, some basketball games, any other like different athletic events here on campus. I also help with promotional ideas such as like what banners we need to use, what things we need to fundraise for, or like different things for the Alumni Association with what we should draw in towards like athletics. I want to put on each of the reserve signs for those who wanted to reserve their seat for their Save Your Seat fundraiser for the basketball team. The main thing that attracted me to West Liberty was probably the business program. I was researching a lot of like different programs throughout the state, and it's one of the top ones in the state. And then whenever I was looking more in towards it, like this program, such as sport management, it was one of the only ones in the state that was offered. The main thing that attracted me was probably the hometown feel. I'm from like a small town in my community, and I always wanted to get involved. So whenever I came here to the Hilltop, it just felt like home. I'm part of the West Liberty baseball team here on campus, and we're getting ready for our Black and Gold World Series. Let's go. I've always had an interest in athletics, so that's why I kind of chose this program. But whenever I go out, I want to try to get myself involved in college athletics. So my ultimate goal would probably be an athletic director at the collegiate level, but anywhere in the athletic program would be fine for me. I hope this gave you a lot of good insight on this program here at West Liberty. If you want more additional information, please go check out our website today. And as always, go Toppers.